Okay, welcome back, YouTubers. Mike here, Lemire Legends, Joe behind the camera. This is the last part of the series of mounting a trio of bluegills with loose scales. I just wanted to show you real quick how we had some bad scale loss right there and some right here, how that came out. You picked that up, Joe, pretty good. So that's it. That's the finished product. What I just want to cover here briefly for things that were done off of the camera. Of course, we just used our creativity and we painted in our breasts the way we wanted to on all these fish. I touched on a painting video the last episode. Welcome to spring. We got an unhappy squirrel out here. So anyway, where's I at here? Squirrel's distracting me.
You got squirreled by a squirrel?
I got squirreled by a squirrel. I'm like that.
Painting?
Am I a black lab, chocolate lab, or a cocker spaniel?
I don't know.
Squirrel. I'll be right back.
Okay. Painting in the last video.
Painting last video, layering is key, okay? Especially when using acrylic paints. Like I said, it's a good learning way to do your fish with acrylics, or if you've got a lot of scale loss, to layer that paint in, and that heavier paint, you know, let it dry in between coats, and that'll serve as a nice little filler for your scales. The other thing we did here off camera is I attached all these fish to this piece of driftwood. And if you want to know more on, you know, I think there's a video out there called Fish Flow with Joe, attaching fish to a piece of wood. And then there's another one, Fish Flow in Action, I believe, or something like that. But those videos are out there that we put out. Check those out. But what I did here is, if you recall, when we mounted these fish with my fish fill method, there is blocks of wood in here, okay, inside each fish. And that serves as a great anchor point when you want to run your, these are just 2.5-inch drywall screws into each one of these. And when you do this, pre-drill all your holes. What I have here is about a 1/4-inch drill bit or better. And pre-drill all your holes. And I come back with my my drill, okay? And then I kind of start my screw into my fish about where I want it. Kind of using this type of a method. Put your hand here and hold on to your piece of driftwood. And if you just start to screw a little bit, that'll give you a touch point. And then you can come back and you'll know where that screw goes into your fish, like right here. You can see that, Joe, right there. I pre-drilled the hole, okay? So that's good. The second screw is going to go in there. Last but not least on these two, if you notice on the back, each have 2 screws. And this one only has 1 for now. That way, that's where the fish flow comes into play. You know, if you're not happy that these fish are close together, you know, we can tip it this way, and we got a little bit of some option there before you decide to. I always like to do 9 times out of 10. If you see our stuff out there, it's usually a trio of fish. Sometimes the bigger fish will do 2, but I like to do trios. You know, in the art business, I've always found the people that have an eye, a lot of times on stringer mounts, I do odd numbers. I like to work in odd numbers. So anyhow, the last little thing here. Thanks for hanging in there. Hit that like, share, subscribe button. I hope you like the outcome of this. This is going to be on eBay under 10,000_lakes_taxidermy. We're going to put this on the market. And in the 10,000, there's no comma. So, last thing. I glossed these a couple of times before. And this is what we use right here, okay? We're not affiliated or endorsing this product, but I really like to use this just because you don't have to pay any hazardous fees. You can pick this up at your local Wally World or wherever. It's just a Rust-Oleum 2 times ultra clear, and get the gloss clear, okay? Don't get the semi or the satin. I like to use the gloss, the heavier stuff. There's other products you can use, but this one here, I know will not react with my acrylic paint once it's on there and dried. I've never had any crackling issues or anything like that, paint removal or any of that kind of stuff. So what you want to do is you want to catch all your fish when you gloss, and you want to do the driftwood, okay? Otherwise, you're going to have a silhouette on your wood where you glossed your fish, and your wood is going to remain a lighter color like this. And you can see there's some darker right there. That just gives you an idea. So you want to gloss your fish completely. And last thing, after you put 2 or 3 coats on, no, don't put heavy coats on, or you're going to get running. If you load it up heavy, you're going to get drips coming off your fins, and then it's going to go onto the top of your next fish and bubble it. Okay, negative. You don't want to do that. You just want to put a light coat in a well-ventilated area. I strongly recommend the respirator for this. But I don't want to sound like Darth Vader, like I said before, when I'm glossing fish and trying to explain what I do. Okay, last thing, pro tip for you. When you're done with your can, always clear your nozzle, okay? Tip it upside down. clear your nozzle, then you're good for the next time. If you don't do that, you might get some gumming on the end of this and it might start to spritz and splatter on you. So I think that's it. Joe, anything you want to add to this?
No, I don't think so.
That's it. So we're gonna hang her up right here. Let that dry a little bit, and I might hit it with another coat or two. And you can see these fish right here, the glitters, and I tipped a lot of scales with gold right up here. Or if you recall, we rebuilt a lot of this. So a lot of hand painting, you know, tipping some scales, a little bit of patience. Use your reference. When you're going to paint these fish, always have reference available or kind of know where you're going to go with things. So, all right, thanks for watching. Until the next one, please, again, like, share, subscribe. We're growing. We greatly appreciate all your support. Drop us a comment. We really appreciate it.